Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt Connerton from IPMNation.com, sitting here at the Planet Studio once again with Tim Martin working the board. Tim has a really cool site to check out, centralnhevents.com, if you're thinking about hiring a DJ for your party or, I don't know, bar mitzvah or any kind of event.
If you got money, I'll do it.
If you got money, he'll do it. So that's his motto. So that opens up the potential for all kinds of things. But we'll let you work that out directly with Tim. So centralnhevents.com is the website. And I'm sitting here with three members of the Brooks Young Band. How are you guys?
We're doing
Good.
well.
How are you?
Very good. Let's start with you. We'll start on this end of the couch. Tell me who you are and what you do in the band.
Hey, everybody. I'm Brooks Young, and I'm lead vocals and lead guitar in the Brooks Young Band.
Great. My name's Jeff Leroy. I'm keyboardist and Hammond organist for Brooks Young Band and the handsomer of the two keyboardists.
Nice. I'm Dan Vitale. I also play keyboard and organ. I actually taught Jeff everything he knows.
Oh, wow.
He's a good predecessor of mine.
All right. Very good. And who are we missing? Who's not here?
About 7 other people.
Really? Yeah.
We also have in the band, we have Kirk Reminati on bass, and we also have Ben Levergood on rhythm guitar,
Okay.
Blake Wayman on drums, and we also have a horn section that tours with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many people are in the band at this point?
10.
10 people.
No kidding.
There's 6 core members and then the horn section.
Oh, okay. Wow. But it hasn't always been that way, right? I mean, it used to be more stripped down.
Yeah, it used to be more stripped down. The past 2 or 3 years, it's been...
Kept adding on
Yeah,
as
yeah.
we went. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. We'll have to talk about that. But
Yeah.
why don't we play a track first? What do you guys have? Do you have a current disc out? Or
Yeah, we have a brand new album out.
Nice.
Put out by Round Cat Records.
Okay.
And it features Johnny A on it, guitar.
Oh.
Johnny A is on it.
Very cool.
And it's called Counting Down.
Okay.
So maybe we'll play the title track off the album,
Perfect.
featuring Johnny A.
All right, so this is Counting Down from the Brooks Young Band here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
Standing outside in the pouring rain, waiting on
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com sitting here with three members of the apparently very large Brooks Young Band. So, we're kind of talking earlier about how it hasn't always been such a... How many people did you say are in the band now? Like 10?
There's 6 core members of the band, and then
Okay.
we have a horn section aside from us that tours and plays the shows with us.
Okay.
Yep. So there's 6 members of the Brooks Young Band.
Okay.
And then there's a 3 to 4 piece horn section that tours around with us.
Okay. Now, is the horn section always with you guys, or do you do some shows without the horn section?
98% of the shows have the horns, and then
Yeah.
there are a few occasional.
Pretty much whenever we can have them, it's always fun.
Sure.
There's been a couple shows out there where people didn't want us to have the horns with us. 'Cause,
Really?
Yeah, they think we're a little overpowering, maybe, or I don't know what's the word.
They didn't want us to show them up, pretty much.
Ah, really?
We won't
Yeah.
we won't name any promoters' names.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so predominantly, whenever we can have the horns, it's always great. It
Yeah.
adds a lot to the sound.
Yeah. They're part of us. So
Yeah,
they're-
yeah.
yeah.
After we wrap up the show, you'll have to tell me the promoters' names. I'm just really curious. I love that kind of stuff. But
I think I forgot his name
Oh.
on purpose.
Oh, really? Oh, well, if
Yeah.
you think of it.
If we said the guy that we were playing with, you would say, "How could that possibly be? That guy is enormous." But,
Really? Yeah.
So I guess that's a good thing.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
okay. I'm always looking for the dirt. But now, when the band started, though, well, how long? Now, Brooks, obviously you've been in the band since the beginning, I assume, since it's called the Brooks Young Band.
Yes, I have been. Yes.
But have you guys? How long have you guys been with the band?
I've been performing with Brooks for, almost 4 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in for probably just about over a year.
Okay.
We're actually thinking about getting rid of Brooks
Right.
and still keeping it the Brooks Young Band.
Sure. Well, once you've built up that brand name, you can't
exactly.
just change.
You don't
the
need the
name.
brand
Yeah,
anymore.
we get a new singer and guitar player. We get the brand. It's like Coca-Cola, right?
Now, when the band started, though, there was no horn section, right, Brooks? It was,
No, not at all.
Was it just you and?
It was
Like
myself, drums, bass, and we had harmonica and the occasional rhythm guitar player.
Yeah. Okay. And what is it that drove you to kind of expand it and take it to this point where you have such a big?
I started to take it a little bit more seriously when we started to play some larger shows, and I was showing more interest in playing. And the guys I'd surround myself with in the band, we were starting to get more into the business side of things,
Sure.
and the music, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Did it just in terms of adding the horn section, was that kind of a unanimous thing, or was there some trepidation within the core of the band about doing that?
we decided to add the horns when we made the new album with I Believe, I think.
Right, that's right. We had a conversation one day about something that we could add to this tune, and one of us, it was either Brooks or I, said, why not a horn section? And I knew some guys back from my school, and we called them in, and we did our first record with horns called I Believe, and sounded really great, and we decided that we wanted to add this to our repertoire and start to bringing it to our live show
Sure.
as well. Yeah, and it kind of just stuck from there.
As in terms of the live shows, do you tour a lot at this point?
We played quite a bit. Just last week we played with Robert Randolph and the Family Band,
Very
which we're
cool.
doing quite a few shows with, and some stuff with James Cotton. We're doing some more shows with him coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're
Yeah,
playing.
it seems like every time we're like about to come into a lull, like one show, we only have a show lined up next week. All of a sudden, like somebody like Robert Randolph or BB King will get in touch with us and want us to play.
Yeah.
So it's just when we think like, okay, we get a break, we can do some writing, it's like boom, back to going to Boston or New York City. It's pretty hectic, but it's
We have a blast.
you can't
Yeah.
beat it. You
Yeah.
definitely can't beat playing some good venues with some of the best people in the world, really.
Yeah.
So we're lucky, definitely lucky.
Absolutely, and it must feel good to be at that point where you've got you've got enough momentum where it sort of propels itself to a degree, you know. And I mean, do you guys? I mean, your work ethic obviously is pretty solid with all you've been doing. Do you ever get tired? Do you ever get discouraged, or do you just keep pushing?
I don't think we ever really get. We don't really ever get discouraged because, since I've been in the band, I mean, it's just a consistent big show after big show.
Yeah.
So those big shows definitely, propel you. But I think at the same time, it's not work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some things that are work. And
You're doing something you love.
It's not
so,
enjoy,
yeah.
right? I think we're at the point right now where we just all love playing music and it's a good time.
Yeah, that's excellent. Brooks, what is it that how do you determine who you're going to invite into the band? I mean, because are there any original members other than yourself at this point?
From when we first started playing, no, but from the serious aspect of when we started taking it, professional, Jeff has been there ever since we started doing that. But from the ground up, when I first started forming the band, no one in that group is really with us anymore.
Sure.
Occasionally we'll have Junior sit in on harmonica at some shows when we play with James Cotton. And Junior from he lives in Bristol.
From Yankee
Mighty
Cockfight?
Yeah.
Mighty Junior.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We've had him on the show.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
Junior. Yeah, he's been with us for many years. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yep.
Cool. So what happens though when you have to bring somebody new into the band? I mean, what is the process? Do you get together and jam with that person, or?
Yeah, usually what we do, we've had to let some people go over time or part
Sure.
ways. But that being said, usually if someone new comes into the group, what we'll do is we'll take a month or so and feel them out, and because there are many things that need to be met, as playing level, flexibility, their mindset first off, if we get along with them,
Sure.
and what their work ethic is, because if we're out there playing shows with B.B. King and Robert Randolph and such, people take us seriously, so
Right.
we need that new person to take it serious as well.
Yeah, at the level that you've gotten to, you can't afford to fool around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Or else you'll won't be able to do that much longer. So
Right.
and plus it's fun, when you're playing shows like that, and for instance, our bass player Kirk, he's been with us. His first show with us was playing with Jay Giles.
No kidding.
And then the second show was with Robert Randolph. So
yeah.
he
Thrown
was
into the mix.
Yeah, he was thrown in the mix. He's
I think that it's been, from what I've seen, I think it's been more of a, not so much that the people that have been in the band haven't been really good at playing, or I think it just comes, what I've seen anyways, is it's come down to a lot of, when you get to, I guess, the level that we're sort of at as a sort of a hometown band that's just starting to play more and more, you get jobs involved, and
Sure.
you get to a point where you're making money but not really making a lot of money.
Right.
And some people just they can't do the practicing, they can't do those shows in New York City 3 days, just get up and go.
Right.
So and at the same time, when you get BB King, he calls you up and says, hey, come play a show with me in New York City Thursday night.
you drop anything that's going on.
You can't
You
say,
go.
well, we can go, but do you have a bass player for us? Or,
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that's been, from what I've seen, the biggest aspect
Yeah.
on sort of an open door with players.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we've made it so we can do that now.
Right.
So no matter what comes in for a show, we can automatically, our manager can say, yeah, let's do it. And so yeah, it works out great. And we're, just great to get along with. And we try to make it easy and enjoyable, along
Yeah.
the way.
When did you start playing, Brooks?
I started playing, I think, when I was about 11.
Okay.
And my grandfather taught me how to play guitar, and I started playing ever since I was 11, and I'm
Okay.
28 now.
Okay.
And started playing guitar when I was younger, and I just always remember hearing Eric Clapton Unplugged play, and that's kind of my main thing of picking the guitar up and always thinking, oh wow, what it would be like to be like Eric Clapton when I grow up.
Yeah.
And he plays Fender guitars now. I'm endorsed by Fender, and I use the Eric Clapton custom model.
Yeah.
So to me, it really means a lot that, wow, all this time and this thought and these dreams I had as a kid are coming true.
Yeah.
And then recently, within the past few weeks, Eric Clapton's personal manager has been in contact with me, and I talk to him a couple of times a week. So it's an odd feeling, but it shows me that the hard work that we're all putting in the band is going somewhere.
Right.
Which is a good feeling.
Absolutely. Very cool. Well, why don't we play another track from the disc? What do you guys want to play?
How about we do I Believe? It's a great example of those new horn sounds that we got going on.
Right. Okay. That's the track you mentioned earlier,
Yes.
right? When you first brought in the horns. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So this is I Believe from the Brooks Young Band here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
I believe that some things are true. It's just me that you're trying to talk to. The closer you get, the harder I fall. I would do anything at all. I would swim across the ocean, fly to the moon. I would walk 1,000 miles just to get to you. I would walk 1,000 miles just to get to you. I'm relieved to hear your name. The same old stories, nothing else has changed. I'm picking up where we left off. It seems like forever since we've been apart. I would swim across the ocean, fly to the moon. I would walk 1,000 miles just to get to you. I would walk 1,000 miles just to get to you.
100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com sitting here with three members of the Brooks Young Band. Now, I want to ask you guys a little bit about the business aspect of this, because we kind of operate under the assumption that the kind of audience that a show like Local Outbreak draws is people who are working in the local music scene, or who aspire to, or who are just interested in local music. But, you guys have accomplished a lot. And you mentioned, you're on a label. What is it, Round Cat
Yes.
Records? And you have management and whatnot. Do you have any advice for someone who's maybe just starting out doing this? For how they can get to where you guys are.
I think the key thing really is to surround yourself by good people first off, and no matter what kind of music you play, definitely practice and rehearse, and to get to the point where your sound is there.
Sure.
Because people won't notice you, if you're not put together well as a unit. And
I think, probably the biggest thing is it's just like anything. You really have to work night and day. You have to send 5.3 million emails. You have to, you have to bug people. You have to, it's
all about who you know.
When I look back, I think to myself, man, just like you said, what would I tell the local band, starting out, when they ask, how do you get those gigs? And you think it's like a lot of luck. Obviously you gotta be able to play good music that people enjoy. But it's just,
you got to work for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's work. When you're not actually playing, it's work.
Absolutely.
You have to bust your butt. And if you don't, nobody's ever going to notice.
Right.
Because there's a billion bands out there.
True.
So you just gotta go nuts and get some luck, really.
Yeah.
Right, and you can't give up. You have to be prepared to hear no 20, 30, 40 times before you hear a yes, just for a gig, to play for free.
And you have to build up a resume of some sort, when you're playing out. If you want to play the higher end professional gigs, say for instance, when we played with Robert Randolph last week, those type of shows, you have to have something tangible behind you, that when their management looks at you, they're like, oh wow, look at this group, they played with B.B. King, Jay Giles, and the list goes on.
Right.
And, they're on this and that. They take you serious because they know you're serious about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and my advice to any band out there starting out, to get that going, things you need is definitely a good recording of what you do, your best material.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a web page. Web pages are key in the music business, and you have to be on top of the game, with email, communication, contacts. And you have to know who the good people are and the people who are trying to take advantage of the situation. So you kind of have to,
be prepared to play for nothing.
Right.
Yeah, you might play for nothing 200 times.
Play any type of party, any type of.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing now, within the local music scene is, and nothing against a cover band or something like that. But the problem with say your local bar and stuff like that, they don't want to take the risk of losing that one person, to not liking the material and going somewhere else. So they, if you want to make money really in local music, you need to be a cover band.
Right.
And that's what separates a bar from a venue. People get that confused. A bar, or hey, we're playing at this venue, but it's technically a bar.
Right.
And bars want people to buy drinks.
Exactly.
So you have to separate yourself as a band. Do we want to be a band that plays in bars, or do you want to be a band that plays in venues? Either one's cool, but you have to pick that road. There's a fork in the road. Bar band, get people through the door to buy drinks, and we'll play in bars. Or right side road, and we'll play, stages, venues with, so and so. So you have to have that mindset of, which road you're going to take. Either one is cool. You can't be going crisscross the whole time. You have a good mindset, and that's where the whole business end kind of comes in.
Absolutely.
And it's too bad. And really, I think bars have sort of done that to themselves. I mean, because there's nothing more than I like, going to see Eric Clapton in concert. That's great, But I love going to a bar and listening to a band that's good with original stuff I've never heard. And it's sad that the bar owners and the scene has sort of driven out that local music.
Yeah, it's too bad.
And like I said, absolutely nothing against cover bands. I mean, because I don't mind going to see a cover band.
Sure.
There's a lot of great bands.
But that's what they want,
Yeah.
And I think you're losing. So back to what I initially said, if you're a local band starting out, you need to do whatever you possibly can to make yourself known, because you're going to get lost in the mix in the local scene, because they just want to sell. They want to sell beer. They don't want to sell. They don't want to be like, oh, look at these guys.
They could care less who's
Right.
playing.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Down to
It's
it.
sort of
Right.
sad.
Yeah, it's usually in a bar. It's the music is secondary. It's
It's wallpaper.
Exactly.
it's the soundtrack to the beer drinking,
Which
that's
isn't
going
how
on.
it used to be.
Right.
Not at
Oh
all,
yeah.
yeah.
It used
Yeah,
to be.
it has changed. It has changed. Why don't we play another track from the disc? And what do you guys want to play?
What do we want to play? Let's see. We played Counting Down, and I believe
Probably
Pushing
play-
Up.
We do Pushing Up. We should probably do Dream Away too.
Yeah. First, let's
My
do.
father, I think that's his favorite song.
Yeah,
It's a slow
we'll,
one. though.
We'll
It's
do
sort of-
right now. We'll do this one's called Pushing Up, and it's featuring Jeff Leroy plays guitar on this album.
Oh, really? Okay.
And there's a little bit of slide guitar work in there. And we recorded this album at Rocking Horse Studio, actually in Pittsfield, New Hampshire. Myself and Brian Coombs produced the album.
Oh, very cool.
Which, by the way, if you're a local band, that's an
Great
absolute
place to
great
record.
place to go. They work with you, but really, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, top of the line.
And they probably have the best vintage keyboard collection, probably in New England.
Really? Yeah.
Fantastic.
Next to my house.
Next to your place. Okay.
Okay. All right, so this is Pushing Up. Is that the name? Okay. From the Brooks Young Band here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
Caught in the middle of a raging sea, waves crashing down all over me, treading water just to stay alive, catch my breath before I say goodbye.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com. Back here with the Brooks Young Band. And what do you guys have coming up that you want to talk about? Because you're very busy. Always got a lot going on.
Yeah, let's see. Where do we start? We just started filming an episode for New Hampshire Chronicle. They came to one of our past shows a few weeks ago at the Flying Monkey.
Okay.
When we played with Jay Giles and Luther Guitar Johnson, and they filmed us, and we have an interview coming up that's going to be shot at Rocking Horse Studio in Pittsfield. What else do we have?
Where does that air? Does that air on Channel 9?
Yeah, WWR,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, then we got, I think we're playing with Robert Randolph again. Robert Randolph and the Family Band at the, was it the House of Blues in Boston?
February 17th, we're playing there, yep.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Got the House of, what is it, B.B. King's in New York City with, was it James Cotton?
Yeah, we're playing with James Cotton at B.B. King's in New York City. And
Is that in April or?
yeah, I don't remember the date off the top of my head, but I think it's on our webpage.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah, pretty much, I think check the webpage because it changes sort of daily.
it does.
I think we're doing like a thing at the Flying Monkey in Plymouth again. We got, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, check out the webpage, which is
www.brooksyoungband.com.
Yes, that's
there
right.
you go. Jumped on that one.
I did. I was worried nobody was going to plug the website.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you. So brooksyoungband.com, and of course that has links to everything. I assume your Facebook and MySpace and all that good
Yep.
stuff.
Everything.
Yeah, we're on everything.
iTunes. Yeah.
iTunes. Okay, very good. And the disc again, is that already out or is that coming out?
Yeah, no, the album is out.
It is out, okay.
It's available at Borders, Newberry Comics, Bull Moose, Amazon, CD Baby, on our webpage.
Rhapsody, iTunes.
Okay.
It's on all of them. And it's
Okay.
called Counting Down. And it's an album we worked really hard on that, as I said, we recorded at Rocking Horse. And it was mastered at M-Works in Boston by Jonathan Weiner. And he actually did the whole David Bowie collection.
Oh, no kidding! Wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of neat to be
Yeah.
there. He also did some of Nirvana's albums.
Really?
Yeah, he was
Nice.
he was an interesting cat.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, I bet he's got some stories.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Very cool. Well, guys, thanks very much for being here with us this
Oh, thank
week.
you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for having us.
Thank you.
It's great to have you on. Before we wrap up, I want to remind everyone that if you like what you heard tonight and you want to be able to stream the show, download the show, keep it forever and ever, you can go to ipmnation.com/local outbreak, and you can find every episode of Local Outbreak ever archived on that page. So by all means, check that out. And I want to thank Tim Martin once again for engineering the show this week. Be sure to check out what Tim does at centralnhevents.com. You can hire Tim to DJ all sorts of parties and whatever else you can talk him into, as long as you're giving him money to do such. So thanks, Tim. And what do you guys want to wrap up the show with?
Should we do
Dan,
Dream
I'll let
Away?
you choose.
Yeah, you know what? We had a couple faster songs, so we'll do this is a track called "Dream Away," which is it's a slower song, but it's funny. I think it's
our
it's
most
the
popular
most
downloaded
played-
radio
Really?
played song.
yeah, it's my father's favorite song. Like it's weird. I mean, you have to listen to it, but it's
Okay.
a slow, but it's really. I mean, it's sort of it's good local music.
Cool.
You know, it's some good stuff.
All right, I look forward to hearing it. So this is Dream Away from the Brooks Young Band here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Every day I dream away that I find a girl to fall in love with me. It seems just like yesterday that I first saw your face. You made my heart skip a beat and flutter on inside of me. every morning I wish I would wake by you. You make me feel so complete. So why don't you say you'll stay with me? I wanna touch your lips, I feel you with my fingertips. Watch your body rise when I kiss you. Good night. That I'd find a girl to fall in love with me.
100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
The Planet's local outbreak is recorded weekly at the studios of 100.1 The Planet. It's engineered by Tim Martin of CentralNHEvents.com. Matt Connerton of IPMNation.com is the host of The Planet's local outbreak. The show is produced and edited by Annie Biello of 100.1 The Planet. For artist links and details about The Planet's local outbreak, log on to The Planet's Entertain Me page, WPNHFM.com. The Planet's local outbreak is available for download anytime online, IPMNation.com/local outbreak. The Planet's local outbreak is a product of 100.1 The Planet and Northeast Communications.